Okay, welcome everybody to Ferrari Fixed at Sebring. This is, I don't know why it said race 2 there. Sorry about that. I did do a race earlier. Maybe when I labeled them, it came up that way. I did a race and somebody whacked me out on the first lap, so I decided to do another one. I don't really race GT3's. We qualified P10, and here we go.
Floor it.
And right off the first corner,
15
Michael
minutes to go.
Stevens is going to brake check. He's going to get hit by Adam. Jose, and he's going to get hit into Pomaro.
Still there.
And
You're clear on the left
everything
side.
just kind of opens up in front of me.
There's an incident in.
And so three guys in front of us are gone right off the bat. And you could hear Crew Chief is going off as usual. Yeah. Well, I don't mind. I kind of need Crew Chief, guys, because I got to know what's going on.
Stop, mate. Well done.
And we're going to come under a challenge by Darren Dawson, right down here. We're going to defend. And if you look up in the TV cam, we do some bumping, a little bumping going into this corner.
Hold your line. Clear on the left.
Yeah, little roughhouse in there going into that corner, and we managed to come out the better of it. And I'm not really a GT3 driver. I drive a lot of open wheelers, but I decided to jump in. I figured with all the new subs I got, I should probably try to do something. Hopefully it'll motivate me to do more. I'm really enjoying racing. I got a new rig. I'm going to make a video about it probably tomorrow. I'll release this one, maybe a couple days. I'll release one about my new rig. I think you guys will really like it. It's a huge step up. Oh, look at that, right in front of us. Bernardo just bit it on that corner. No, that wasn't Bernardo, actually. That was not Bernardo. I don't know who that was, but anyways, he was right in front of us, and that gives us another spot. And let's see where we are now.
Seventh position.
Seventh position, not bad. And we're doing 202s, which is really, really good for me in the fixed Ferrari. I was pretty happy with that, actually. I think overall, if you guys watch this race, you'll see I had a really, really solid race. I think I only made like one mistake. It cost me a position, but wow. Probably, I'm going to have to say probably my best driving ever on iRacing. I'm up with the guys that are 2,000 now. I dropped a little iRating in that last race I did because I got wrecked out in lap 1. I tell you what happened. I was coming, I think, into corner 2 or 3, and the guy in front of me just stopped dead. I mean, I was like, what the hell is he doing? He just stopped. And, of course, I slammed into the back of him because there's no reason why he should have stopped. And then, by the time I got going, I had front end damage. I didn't end up going to the pits, and I think I finished 17th or something. And I was just kind of all by myself all race. So that's why I didn't post it. I should have probably posted a highlight of it. Maybe next time I'll do that, just to kind of show you, what went wrong. But I figured I could explain it anyways. And you can see we're right on the 8's tail, Bernardo.
Just done a 2:00.7.
And Bernardo and I have a pretty good race together most of this race. Like, if you could see the leader's doing 2:00, I'm nowhere near him. I'm doing like high 2:02. I think in qualifying I did a 2:02.1. That was a really good qualifier for me. and that was good for 10th. And I didn't like dump any fuel out or anything for qualifying. I kind of should do that, I think. I usually use race fuel to qualify. I guess I got to get better at figuring out what I need for qualifying fuel. But Sebring actually is a really nice track. I really enjoyed this track.
10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
And you can see we did a 2:03.015 the first lap. So compared to the leaders, I mean, we're miles off the pace. But like I said, I know I can put together 2:02s pretty consistently. I think this is the third split, a second split. We'll look at the end of the race, but
The gap in front has increased to 0.8.
I think the I rating for this split was like 1980 or something. So just about 2000. So I just moved into 2000 like, I don't know, a week ago. And I think I'm getting comfortable. I'm actually getting better. It's forcing me to work harder. I've been getting up in the morning and practicing my driving. I haven't been racing a lot. I've just been practicing, trying to get my technique better. And you can see the number 8 does a little bobble out of that corner, and that gives us a chance to get by him.
P5.
And we did another 2:03, that time 2:03.015. That's our session best. I mean, let me know what you think of my GT3 driving. I'm not really a GT3 driver, but I really had fun. I gotta tell you, I had fun in this race. I think I can get better at this car. Usually when I race F4s. Sometimes I race the Skippy. Skippy's tough, man. Yikes. But I think the Skippy really helps you with your technique. I try to race this. I don't race the Skippy every week. I try to practice with the Skippy every week because I feel like it really helps my driving.
Halfway home, we've got plenty of fuel.
I actually practiced with the Skippy on this track before I raced this car, just to kind of. I think the Skippy helps me a lot. So usually when I'm doing a race, I race the track with the Skippy first. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but it really helps me with the pedals. Because with the Skippy, you got to drive with the pedals. It's not about steering.
New fastest lap for Harris, 2:00.7.
So you can see we had a pretty good lap. You could see the delta that time. We did a 2:02 something. And Bernardo's still on our tail. He's not, he's a second behind, so. Did a 2:02.7. That's pretty good for me. I don't think I took enough track there coming into there. I didn't give myself enough room. And you can see I'm down 3/10 now coming down the straight. Really wasn't a good section for me there. So believe it or not, guys, we're in P5. I can honestly tell you guys, when I was done this race, I actually felt proud of myself. because I did not expect to drive this well. Not in this car. I might actually race it the rest of the season. I'll do F4 and the Ferrari. I might, because it was fun. Almost lost it there. Did you see that? It's one thing about the Ferrari, man. It'll kill you. Oh, a little slippery. Yeah, that hurt. Now that just gave Bernardo a run on me.
5 minutes remaining.
Now he's 0.5. That little screw up, boy, it doesn't take much. And look at behind, guys. There's a whole gaggle of cars behind Bernardo. If I start screwing up, I'm dead. And there, I messed that up. I lost a lot of time there. And Bernardo's going to have a run on me now. And I knew it. So I just let him go.
Hold your line.
I'm not going to fight him.
Clear.
I'm saying, go ahead, Bernardo. You earned it.
B6, come on, focus. We need more speed. Don't try to brake later. Just concentrate harder.
So I'll give you a little tip that I learned from my coach. If you're behind a guy, you got to follow close, which I love this tip. He said when you're behind and you're trying to follow, brake a little earlier than you normally would. Don't pay attention to the guy in front of you. You have to kind of look at his braking markers, but brake a little earlier than you would and brake softer. That way, he said, you can adjust as you go in. You can either add a little brake or subtract a little brake. If you're a little behind, you can subtract a little and it'll close the gap a little bit. You don't want to close too much because then the guy will take off and leave you behind. Watch, see how I close a little bit? And that's because I brake a little earlier than him. And then I can modulate the brake to kind of catch up a little bit. Now that section, he was just stronger than me. But anyways, I learned that from my coach. I liked it. Figured I'd pass it along. Really good tip for me. Keeps me, I think if more people knew that, ooh, caught a little curb there. If more people knew that, then you wouldn't be getting slammed in the rear end as you go into corners, you know? That's where all the punting comes from, is people who don't understand that you're not racing hot laps. You just need to brake a little earlier, a little softer, and then adjust as you go into the corner.
That's a new fastest lap for Harris. 2:00.5 seconds.
And you can see now Bernardo's got a little gap on us now. He's up 0.9. So we don't want to let him get too far ahead. Get a little slick there too. Starting to get a little bit slippery.
The gap to Dawson behind is now 1.0.
So Dawson's kind of catching us.
2 minutes to go, 2 minutes.
He's
You've used half
0.8
your
now.
fuel.
And now Dawson's gone. So Michael Stevenson, the guy that crashed on the first lap.
There's an incident in Cunningham. It looks like Dawson.
Yeah, Dawson's gone. So Michael Stevenson, the guy that crashed on the first lap, and he went all the way to the back of the pack. I watched the replay, and guys, he was way behind everybody. He's managed to make up all that time, and he's right on my tail. I think he's the number 3 car, and he's putting down some laps. He's doing 201s when we're doing 2. He's a second faster than we are. So we're kind of a sitting duck for Michael. There's no way we're going to be able to hold him off. Got a little bit too aggressive there. I was trying to make up some ground on the on Bernardo, but I'm back to .06. I mean,
White flag, one more
0.6. And this is the last lap. This race went by fast, huh? It's a pretty good track, guys. If you have a chance, well, this is over for the week, but anytime you have a chance to race Sebring, do it. Fun as hell. And if you don't have iRacing and you want to race, get iRacing. And I have a link in my description. And it gives, if you end up signing up for iRacing, it gives me some credits to iRacing, which would be really, I'll be thankful for that, because I do spend a ton of money on iRacing. But it's worth every penny. Oh, one thing I should tell you, this is really funny. When I started iRacing, it's a great story. On the last lap when everybody's fighting, and you could see Michael's right on my tail. Look at the TV cam. Michael's trying to push me into making a mistake, but it ain't happening. Look at him. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it.
He's on your left.
He thought better of it there. It's not really a good place to pass. He knows he can get me on the straight. He knows it. He knows he's going to get me here. And I go wide, I lose some momentum, and he's got me pretty easy. So anyways, we finished P7. Michael got us, and I want to tell you that story. So
clear. You need to push if we're going to hold this position.
When I started iRacing, I was wondering where the corporate headquarters were. So I looked it up. And it's in Chelmsford, Massachusetts. And that's where my business is. So I started to ask around, and one of my students
P7. Okay, we're done.
was best friends with the owner. And I was like, what? So she's going to introduce me to him, and I'm going to meet the owner of iRacing, which I can't wait. And that's the end of the race. I didn't even do crashes, guys, because there really wasn't any. There was like 2. And there we go. We got plus 20 on our I rating. We got .01 on a safety rating. I don't even understand that. We only had 8 incident points. And boy, that was a long race. Anyways, split number 2. You can see, strength of field was 1,800. I thought it was higher than that. Anyways, a lot of them were faster than me. So I hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe. Please leave a comment. Please let me know of anything I can improve. And I will see you next time.